When it comes to computing, you can barely go wrong with cloud-based computing. According to Microsoft, cloud-based computing is the delivery of computing services, including servers, storage, databases, etc., over the internet. But why opt in for a third-party cloud service when you can set up your own? Hey guys, Joseph Hart here. In this video, we'll be looking at the ZimaBoard, the world's first hackable single-board computer. But before we proceed, inside the box, you will find a 12V 3A power adapter with interchangeable plug heads, a user manual, some stickers, and the ZimaBoard. But that's not all. Turns out there's also a SATA cable smartly hidden inside the compartment labeled SATA cable inside. How did I miss it? The ZimaBoard is a low-cost single-board server designed for creators. This single-board computer comes in 3 variants: the ZimaBoard 216, the ZimaBoard 432, and the ZimaBoard 832. The ZimaBoard 216 is the baseline variant, while the ZimaBoard 432 and 832 are the mid-range and top model, respectively. The difference between the variants can be seen in their different specs. What we have here is the ZimaBoard 832. According to the specs, the ZimaBoard 832 has an Intel Celeron processor with 4 cores and a processing speed of 1.1 to 2.2 GHz. It comes with an Intel HD graphics card with 200 to 700 MHz processing speed. It has 8GB of RAM and 32GB of internal storage and 6W thermal design power. Design wise, it weighs only 278 grams, so it's very lightweight and portable. It has a heat sink built in, so you won't have to worry about overheating. It has several ports, which includes 2 SATA ports for hard disk drive and solid state drive, with transfer speed of up to 6 GB per second, and a SATA power port that you use to supply power to SATA connected devices. On the other side, there are 2 Ethernet LAN ports, 2 USB 3.0 ports. It also has a mini display port with 4K display resolution and 60Hz refresh rate. Note that you will need a display adapter to convert this to DVI, HDMI or VGA depending on the port on your monitor. Lastly, there's a 12V 3A DC charging port and a PCIe 2.0 X4 slot that enables you to use PCIe accessories like graphics card, sound cards, and NVMe expansion cards. Setting up the ZimaBoard can be as simple as connecting the power cord and plugging the power adapter into a socket. However, to operate the ZimaBoard, you would obviously need to see what you are doing. We got a mini display converter because the ZimaBoard didn't come with any. Ours is a mini display to VGA port converter, but yours will depend on the ports available on your monitor. You can use the provided SATA cable to connect your hard disk or solid state drive. To operate the ZimaBoard directly, you would also need to use peripheral devices like a keyboard and a mouse. You can also use the ZimaBoard remotely from another PC or even a mobile device through its CasaOS web server. But to access the web server, the ZimaBoard should have internet access. This can be done by connecting it to a router or internet service provider with an Ethernet cable. There are 2 available USB ports that you can use for keyboard and mouse. But for this demonstration, we use the USB hub to extend the number of ports available on the ZimaBoard to connect our mouse and keyboard. For internet access, we use a Wi-Fi adapter. That way the ZimaBoard can seamlessly connect to our Wi-Fi. Once you're done, plug in the power adapter to turn on the ZimaBoard. The ZimaBoard comes pre-installed with the Debian-based CasaOS, a community-based open-source software focused on delivering a simple home cloud experience based on the Docker platform. Although the ZimaBoard is also compatible with other OS like Linux, Windows, Android, and other operating systems, CasaOS is a custom operating system designed specifically for the ZimaBoard. The x86 CPU present in the ZimaBoard makes it compatible with many softwares. CasaOS boots into a familiar desktop interface. It can be accessed on the ZimaBoard directly or from another PC or a mobile device through its CasaOS web server, as long as they have access to the same internet connection or Wi-Fi. Just visit the CasaOS web server address on the ZimaBoard and log in with adequate credentials. The ZimaBoard has many use cases, mostly server or cloud based, especially with its follow-come CasaOS. It is practically a Linux PC but with no on or off switch. Concerning its performance, I would say it runs very well. We had no problem using it with our 2.5-inch SSD and we didn't experience any heating issues. The ZimaBoard single-board server computer is an impressive kit with multiple use cases including personal cloud hosting, software routing, Plex media server hosting and many others. But it is not for everyone. The preloaded Casa OS has its limitations. There is still little to no documentations about the ZimaBoard, and even though the PCIe slot creates room for expansion, the design still limits its mounting options. However, it's somewhat powerful even for gaming. It's compact, durable, doesn't overheat, has multiple ports, and its Docker platform foundation gives you access to various applications. At $200, it is affordable and a good value for the money. Feel free to let us know what you think in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you found this video helpful. And if you haven't already done that, subscribe and hit the bell icon so you won't miss any of our videos. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.